Hello everyone. Today we are going to bust a myth that you do not have to spend a great deal of money, $900, $1,000 or more, to get quality accommodation in central Bangkok. Our friend and co-founder at Offshore in Asia, Flynn Gaffey, has agreed to show us through his apartment. He lives in Prakanong, which is 4 stops down from Asok Station near Terminal 21, which a lot of you will know. And he's been kind enough to let us have a walk through his apartment and see what you can get for a very affordable price while still being quite central to downtown Bangkok. Let's go have a look. Alright guys, so here we are in Prakanong. It's a great little pocket of Bangkok. We're on our way to Flynn's apartment. Actually, I believe he might even be coming to pick us up. He's going to give us a tour of his apartment and we're going to have a bit of a chat about how exactly he went about finding this place, what is involved, did he have to sign a lease, all that kind of stuff, and of course, how much does he have to pay for this little gem. It might be a bit less than what you think. So I'll give Flynn a call now and we'll see if he can come out and pick us up, like the gentleman that he is. Mr. Gaffey.
Hello, how are you? Hello and welcome.
Thank you, Flynn. So this is your apartment?
It is indeed. So I'll give you the full tour.
Okay, let's go for it.
So I guess in short, studio in Prakanong, and we've got my workspace where I sleep and out there. It's pretty simple really, but you might not look in the video or not, but it's actually pretty big. Like it's probably a good like 7 meters across or something like that. So a lot of space in here. It's pretty cool. I've decorated it all myself. When I came in here, it was just the bed, the wardrobe, that little dresser thingy, and the cabinet. Everything else I've decked out myself. I kind of wanted to make the place feel a bit more like a home than just like a long-term rental, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess the rest of the stuff, to do the quick tour at first at least, we've got the bathroom in here. It's like the old Thai style wet bathroom.
The old WC?
Yeah. So like, you know, the floor gets wet and just, you know, everything.
It's very practical, isn't it?
Very practical. I'll actually love it. And when I go back to Australia to visit and I have to go in the old, like the, I guess, dry bathrooms, it gives me the shits, because here if I want to clean the bathroom, I just get the shower head and just spray it around.
Yeah.
Really easy, and just, it always stays clean. So I love that. And
Got a little balcony outside?
Yeah, the balcony, essential. So balcony's awesome. Didn't have one in my last place up in Chiang Mai, so to have this is really cool. So the only thing is it's stinking hot when the aircon's on because it blows right out. Nevertheless, it's like got a decent amount of space, like about 2 meters across. So
Yep.
It's just more of a convenience than anything. Like it's good to
It's really
come
good for
chill
like
here.
utility, isn't just drying your clothes,
Yeah.
but it's big enough as well to have a little table, a chair, even a couple of chairs, and have a couple of quiet beers looking out at the
Yeah, for
view.
sure. We do have the pigeon netting on, which isn't very photogenic, but I don't really like pigeons either, so I keep it. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about getting like a little cane rocking chair here, because that would look really cool, but haven't done it yet. Maybe that's something I'll do soon. I added this in the mosquito netting, which is really cool, because it means often I'm actually not a huge aircon person. It makes my eyes watery and all that. I don't know. Some people seem to have that same thing as well. So I have this on, and then at night I just put the fan on and.
So it was just a
sit
little
in bed like
Lazada
that.
purchase, was it?
Yeah, I think it was like
Couple
100
$100
baht. And then yeah, most of the stuff's that. Like I got this standing desk from Lazada. That's super cool. So
How much did you pay for that?
I think it was like 3,500 baht. So that's the most expensive thing, that and the chair, but totally worth it, because I got that and a little yoga pad down there for standing on. So I can work for like a good, like, 5-10 hours a day
Yeah.
and not really get sore or tired. And yeah, I mean, I think everything in here is basically from Lazada, to be honest. So it's served me really well. And for me, it's perfect because I don't really have many particular needs. Like, I pretty much wake up, I don't cook ever. I don't want to, don't really like to be honest. Well, don't mind cooking, I hate washing dishes. So we might have a look a bit later. I live right on a street that's absolutely loaded with street food. Like,
Yeah.
it's awesome. I talk to like Thai people in the area and they say, oh, where are you? I'm like, oh, Soi 2. They're like, oh, so much food. I'm like, yep, it's awesome. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing about Thailand, isn't it? It's not like living in the West where a lot of the time we cook from home a lot more, don't we? It's about
Yeah.
price, but it's also we don't have street food on our
Yeah,
doorstep.
yeah.
But in Thailand, everything's just outside your doorstep. And especially like in Bangkok, you don't need a huge place, do you? Because you probably, I mean, you work from home, that's a choice, but otherwise you wouldn't really be here that much, would you?
Yeah,
You're out
and-
doing Muay Thai and visiting friends and doing whatever you do.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, the thing is for me, like,
It's a real low maintenance, easy to keep clean, highly functional.
100%. Yeah, like the thing is, like, the bigger place, there's just the more stuff to clean and the more to fill out. Like, I honestly spent probably like 2 weeks, like, going real hard to like make it look nice and all that. And it's not flash ads, but I've made it look pretty cool. I
Yeah,
think.
no, it looks really nice.
Like, I love it. It's my vibe. At nighttime, when with like the fairy lights across, it looks really cool. It's got like a really nice vibe. But yeah, for me, this is all I really want, I guess.
So how did you find this apartment, Flynn?
Yeah, well, basically, literally on Google Maps. So, like a lot of people, you start looking on Facebook and stuff like that in the groups, but they basically only advertise condos. Most people probably already know the difference between an apartment and a condo in Thailand.
Tell us very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. Apartments are just like usually older, smaller buildings that usually it's gonna be like Thai people, Burmese, a lot of people like that living here. The condos are flashy. They're usually taller buildings or multiple buildings. They've got pools and gyms and facilities and that, and you pay more for that premium. And they're kind of like two different markets in a sense.
Okay,
the
well, let's talk
supply
a little
and
bit
demand
about
affects
that. You see a lot of people on YouTube who come to Thailand from the West.
Yep.
And they put up videos about renting condos in Tonglaw, places like that, or Sukhumvit, quite central places, more upmarket areas of Bangkok.
Yeah.
Where they're paying sort of, $900, $1,000 a month, US dollars or more. And they can get a very nice place for that, have the lap pool, have the gym, maybe a co-working space, all these kind of added extra amenities in a very modern building. But what I wanted to show people in this video is that you really do not have to spend that kind of money to have a good, not as fancy as a high-end condo, but to have everything you need to live a good lifestyle here, still be very central and pay a fraction of the price. But we'll get into the price a little bit afterwards. But let's just talk a little bit about how there is this other option by, not going into the condo market, going into the apartment market instead, and still getting that exact same lifestyle in central Bangkok by paying a fraction of the price.
Yeah, well, basically, like most people, I was in Chiang Mai for 2 years, and then, like most people, wanted to move to Bangkok and like check it out. And you look online for where to stay. Online, you really only see condos advertised on Facebook and things. I think that's because each kind of unit of a condo is individually owned, so an estate agent will try to rent that place out. Whereas apartment buildings, usually they're smaller and there'll just be one person owning the whole building. So they don't really market them in the same sense, and because it's a different market, it tends to be more for like Thais and that.
It's a bit more under the radar, isn't it? You don't get it advertised like on the platforms. You got to go looking for it.
You've got to go looking for it yourself. So I quite literally, basically, I found an area I liked, Prakanong. So again, I'm honestly 2 kilometers from like Prompong, Tonglaw, all that, like right there. So it's really, really close. I'm 10 minutes from the BTS, 2 minutes by moto taxi. But I basically went on Google Maps in this area that I knew I liked. I literally put the satellite on, zoomed in, and looked for like the bigger roofs, because I figured the bigger roofs are going to be the apartment buildings. And I found, I saw 2 or 3 near this place, but this place had literally nothing on Google except its name on Google Maps. And I was like, oh, I'll go check it out. Went to a few different places, came and checked this one out after 2 or 3 said they're full, because unlike a lot of condos, apartments tend to fill up really quick because a lot of Thais and like here it's a lot of Thais, Burmese, Filipinos, like for a lot of these people, like the kind of working class people, the condos are too expensive. So, and for me, I'm just like starting out in business, so I really want to like keep my costs low.
Just on that, have you ever found that because the market is much more for the lower end, the working class, the local people and the immigrant workers as well, that they may not want to deal with Westerners because they think, oh, maybe you're from the West, maybe you should be going and paying more in a condo or something like that?
No, not at all. They're kind of cool with it. Like I went to ask, I think 3 places right nearby before I came here, and they're like, oh, sorry, we're full. And they're like, oh, go check out next door. And next door's full next door. And then like I was like, oh, this is one other place. Like this one came kind of down a little like office soy, and then came here, asked like the security guard at the front, and like any free apartments? Like, yeah, we got 2. And then like the apartment lady right then and there showed me the apartments,
cool.
Tell me the costs and everything, and just like, yeah, super easy.
Moved in the next day kind of thing?
Literally the next day. Which
that's
was really
interesting
cool.
Because you can't do that in Australia. You probably can't do it in the US.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if you're going on Craigslist or Gumtree or something like that, you might be able to. But like for the most part, getting a long-term lease, it's you're dealing a lot more directly with the people here. You're not going through an estate agent. You're going through the owner of the building. They're probably here.
It's so
most
clean
days,
and easy. Like,
and you can sort of, you know, get set up and moved in the next day, can't you? It's very easy.
Yeah. Like they actually offered that day, but I was like, I think I was hot and bothered and walking around, and I was just like, nah, I'll do it tomorrow. It's all good. So yeah, I ended up like staying in my hotel for an extra 2 days, and then just like kind of built this place up over the next couple of days to be more like livable. But yeah, it was really easy. Like quite literally talked to the security guard, went to the manager, and then the room, like the housekeeper came all within like 20 minutes of each other, all kind of did their parts and like answered all the questions super quickly, no rubbish or anything like that. Like place comes with like free parking. It's got like the water filters out the front. It's got washing machines. So doesn't have like pools and gyms and stuff, but for me, like the condo gyms aren't quite enough for like my like kind of needs, and if that makes sense. And then I wouldn't really use a pool much, to be honest. So the whole facility thing wasn't a big deal. It's got all like the essentials here, so that's all I needed.
Yeah, for sure. So did you have to sign a lease when you came on, or how long have you committed to first?
So that's the other thing actually. Most condos in Bangkok have that 1-year contract. This was only 6 months. I think I'm approaching 6 months already. I'm going to keep staying for sure. I really like it here. So yeah, I had to sign a contract. It was the standard, same as a condo. So it was 2 months, or the equivalent of 2 months of rent up front as a deposit, plus that first month of rent paid in advance. So
you're paying 3 months up front?
So you're paying 3 months
2
rent
months
up
of
front.
that is the deposit?
Yeah, and all being well, when you move out, you get 2 of those 3 months back. And yeah, there was a contract. I had to read through it. It was very reasonable. It's just, you know, like, don't destroy the place.
Was that in Thai, the contract?
It was in Thai and English, yeah. It was basically, don't destroy the place, respect your neighbours. Like, just no gimmicks or anything like that. It just was fair, like stuff. No catches. Yeah. Things you should be following anyway if you're a decent person. So that was pretty good.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I guess what everyone wants to know when they look at these condo tour videos or apartment tour videos, they want to know how much you're paying.
How much I'm paying, yeah.
Spill the beans.
Right, so just to pump the place up a bit first, it's 800 metres from Prakanong BTS. There is literally hundreds of food stalls just on this soy. It's got everything, elevator, lift.
Show the viewers a bit of that afterwards.
Yeah, it's got everything a condo has, minus like the added facilities. And 6,000 baht a month. So it's...
So what's that in US dollars?
Put me on the spot. You might have to put that on the screen below. Nevertheless, it's probably half of what most condos are. So
what, about 300, something like that?
Something like that, yeah. God, you'll have to put it down below because I can't do that in my head right now.
It'd be about, 300 Aussie, so about 200
US? 280 Aussie, so about 200 US.
Yep.
So
that's a big difference from $1,000.
Oh yeah,
a huge
big difference. Even a cheap condo is going to be like 400 or 500 US. So it's significantly cheaper. And honestly, in my personal opinion, it's just as good, if not better. Like, because like I really like the vibe here. Like I'm very much like I really love Thailand and like the Thai vibes and like being in a big condo. It feels a bit washed out sometimes to
Yeah,
me. Like,
you're a
nothing
little bit
against it,
isolated. You're going to be probably living more with Westerners or maybe some well-to-do Thais and professionals and whatnot.
Yeah,
but as far as integrating into sort of just normal Thai people, you're going to have a lot more of that in something like this, aren't you?
Yeah, it's fun. Like, I don't know anyone really by name,
experience,
but
culturally wise.
Yeah, for sure. Like there's like the Meban, like the maid who's always chatty, always says hello. Like the security guard's real nice. We chat a lot, and like the landlady's really easy to deal with and stuff. So it's nice to kind of know everyone. And like everyone in the apartment just kind of smiles and nods at me. The kids are all playing badminton out the front, and I have to join in every now and again for like the public service. And yeah, it's a cool vibe. Like condos are really cool if you do want that more like luxury. But for me, I kind of like like you look around, it's a real solid building. But that's being one of the older ones, tend to be more strongly built. So might have just heard a door slam then, like just. But like it's really quiet in here. Like I never have problems with neighbours. It's all concrete walls, so I'm not hearing people all the time. Like and it just feels really sturdy. Like in the earthquake recently. A few like condo buildings around here had like cracks and stuff here. I was in the building, I'm on the 5th floor. I was in the building in the room right here when the earthquake hit. Didn't know what was going on at first, and once I realised, I was like, oh crap. But then nevertheless, right at the end of it, I looked around, there's absolutely no cracks, no damage. It felt, it was scary, but it didn't feel like, oh my God, it's going to fall in
50
and
floors
collapse.
up.
Yeah, exactly. So that's about it. It's pretty cheap, it's good. Electric is a bit more expensive, like it's $8 per unit, or like it's like kilowatt the unit is, instead of
still a fraction of what you'd be paying in the West.
Yeah, it's like 4.5 in condos roughly, like the government prices, so you are paying more. I'm not a big aircon guy. Like I quite like the fan. Aircons tend to dry my eyes out and like throat and stuff, so I just have the fan and the air purifier on at night, and that kind of does all I need. So
yeah, but it's really good, and I think important for people who are interested in coming to Thailand and want to live the big city lifestyle that Bangkok has to offer, to know that you can come over here and live, because rent is one of people's biggest expenses.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you, by no means do you have to spend big money to live a really high quality life here if you go about it.
Yeah, I mean,
how you went about it.
Yeah, for me, like if you just be like dropped into this room and look around, you'd think like, oh, this is like a nice condo. Like, definitely looks a bit old. It's got like the kind of the edge around stuff.
It looks very nice. I like what you've done with the fairy lights.
Yeah, no, it's got a nice vibe for sure. But yeah, like it's quarter the cost of even like the more like moderate entry level condos, and it's got everything I need. Like because I'm only paying $200 a month for rent. All my other expenses end up, I'm spending less than $1,000 a month, and I track my budget like really rigidly every month, and averaged out less than $1,000 a month. And I'm training Muay Thai every day. I'm eating well, going out like not a lot, but a fair bit. And yeah, I mean, like it really does take a lot out of like your living costs when you can save on housing.
Yeah, and we'll touch on that very quickly. This isn't really a cost of living video, but it's worth mentioning that you actually can live on $1,000 a month in Bangkok and not just be sort of eating 2-minute noodles every day and never going to the gym, never doing anything. You can have a very eventful lifestyle on that kind of money. It is possible because you are doing it.
Yeah,
and so am I.
And respectfully to anyone who disagrees, if you don't think that's possible, the majority of Thais make less than $1,000 a month, and you like look around, like Thais are always having fun doing stuff, and like they aren't drinking at like rooftops in Tonglaw every second night. Like granted, but neither am I, to be fair. It's just not my vibe. I've nothing.
No, that's a fair point, isn't it? If that is your vibe, then you probably have to double or triple your budget. But if that's not your thing, then absolutely you can live very cheaply in Bangkok.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and I think it really just depends on the individual. Like, if you need to live on less than $1,000 a month, you absolutely can. Like, you just got to save on. For me, at least, I feel like saving on those few big expenses every month, and then just kind of filling in the gaps with not worrying about your like kind of like little expenses here and there. That's kind of the best way for me. Like, as if I only had like $100 wiggle room between my budget and like my kind of goal spending, it'd be a bit more stressful. But I can kind of spend an extra like $400 or $500 a month and like still not affect my like budget or cash flow too much. So it's just I've kind of created a position for myself where I'm living below my means. Like, not below my means. I definitely am comfortable and like loving it and everything. But like, I could spend more if I wanted to, and it's a nice feeling to have that room to move. Maybe some people would rather just go right on the edge, but for me, I'm a bit more financially conservative. So
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
What we're going to do now is we're going to head outside. Flynn might come with us, and we're going to show you a little bit of the area and I guess have a bit more of a chat while we're at it. What do you think about that?
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
So a lot of people, Flynn, when they come out to Thailand, they'll be wondering how they're going to get around. And I know when I first came out here and I was looking for places to live, being close to public transport on the MRT or the BTS lines was very important.
Yeah.
And while it can be important, it's probably not a bad idea to have a little bit of a look in the areas that are a little bit further away from transport as well, because the city can change a lot,
Yeah.
the prices can change a lot, and you can get exposure to much more of the old traditional Bangkok than you might get along the BTS lines, especially around the Sukhumvit area. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, for me, I'm probably only about 15 minutes walk to the BTS. Motorbike taxi, it's like 2 minutes and 20 baht. So for me, I find that it's definitely worth just being a little bit further out, because you can see walking around here, we're in the market, but this area's got a lot more stuff going on,
Yeah.
which is cool, because I've got literally hundreds. Here we go, hang on. Obviously wet season's a bit of a challenge, as you're seeing, but I've got literally hundreds of food options, which is awesome. Keeps it super interesting, which I like.
Yeah.
And yeah, I use the BTS probably once or twice a week, so I don't need to be like a 2-minute walk from the BTS, if you know what I mean. Like, I can pay the moto guy like 20 baht to take me there anyway, and I usually walk back anyway, because at that point I'm about to get in the shower anyway, so who cares. But yeah, the food's a big thing. If you're a food person, I find like it varies, of course. Like on Nut's got a lot near the BTS, but a lot of places don't really have a lot of options, especially like real like local ones.
Yeah, well,
Close
it's
by.
interesting sort of because, you know, Prakanong it still is quite close to, let's just say, Sukhumvit or, you know, Terminal 21, Nasok,
Yeah,
where a lot of people sort of, that might be the area where they go the first time they come here.
yeah,
And down from there, places like Ekamai, which are, you know, relatively gentrified, you could say.
yeah. That's only 800 meters from here, roughly, or a kilometre from
and then
here.
you look at somewhere like that compared to here, and it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? This is like old school Thailand,
Yeah,
like really
yeah.
traditional, really authentic.
Yeah, it's-
and you're not paying sort of like the kinds of prices that you'd be paying around the sort of Asok area for food. It really is a different face of Thailand, or of Bangkok, but it's only like, how far away did you say it was? Like,
Yeah, it's about a kilometre from Ekamai.
Yeah.
It's the next station, so it's between Ekamai and On Nut, because On Nut used to be the end of the BTS line, the green line that is.
Yep.
So that got built up, but here it's not really built up still, which is really cool, because
Yeah.
it retains a lot of like the charm that I love. Like, I love Chiang Mai for that reason, and this has
Yeah.
kind of got that same thing going on.
Yeah. And also for finding a rental, I think if you're looking to save a little
bike.
bit of money, if you're prepared to be a little bit further away from the train station, you can find better deals for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
If you don't mind having to get a motor taxi, which is usually only 20 or 30 baht to get to the, you know, the BTS station or the MRT station,
Yeah,
you know, you can save a lot of money on rent, but you can also live in a more authentic neighbourhood and have access to cheaper food and just a more of a traditional version of Thailand.
yeah. For me, the big thing ultimately, I only use the BTS once or twice a week, but I eat 3 times a day. So being near food was more important than being near transport in my personal situation.
Yeah.
Hence why I chose my area.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. It is very possible to rent an apartment in Bangkok for $200 a month or even less. Now, if you're not particularly concerned with luxury finishes, if you just want something that is clean, comfortable and low maintenance, this can be a very good option for you. So now you see it is still very possible in 2025 to live very cheaply, even in such a big and happening and bustling city such as Bangkok. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.